Welcome to Scottish AI in Schools Week 2026. Let's recap the amazing progress we've made.
Yep, that's great. There you go. Perfect. Good afternoon and welcome. It did indeed. Well done. Good afternoon and welcome everybody to Scottish AI in Schools Week 2026. My name is Martin Coates. I am a Education Officer for Digital Skills, working with the Digital Learning and Teaching team, and we are delighted that we have been joined by our friends at Children's Parliament. We have two project officers with us this afternoon, Sandra and Reneem, who are going to be taking us through this new resource that has been developed by themselves and by colleagues throughout the UK. They're going to take you through this resource. There will be time for question and answer at the end. So please use the chat, use the react button. I will stop talking now and I'll hand it over to the experts. Ladies, welcome and thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Martin, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Why Children's Rights and AI presentation. My name is Reneem, and I'm here with Sandra. We both work at Children's Parliament, as Martin shared, and we are here today to tell you more about Children's Parliament and share our recent resource on children's rights and AI. We will be, as Martin was mentioning, we will be sharing our presentation with some interactive elements, and then we will leave some time for Q&A at the end. Firstly, we will share some information about Children's Parliament. We are a charity based in Edinburgh. We work to ensure children in Scotland grow up happy, healthy, and safe. We work with partners locally and nationally to demonstrate a children's human rights approach in practice. We work to inspire greater awareness and understanding of the power of children's human rights and to support the implementation of the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Child, the UNCRC, across Scotland. Our local, national and international work supports the development of children's rights and the children's rights-based culture in Scotland and ensures that children's voices are actively engaged in shaping our world. Throughout our rights-based and creative approach and practice, we build the capacity of children as rights holders to claim their rights, and we establish the environment that enables them to advocate effectively for themselves. We provide children from diverse backgrounds with opportunities to share their experiences and thoughts and feelings so they can influence positive change in their lives, either at home, in the school, or in their community. Here in the next slide, you will see some of our different projects that we've been working on in the last few years, from Dignity in School project to the cabinet work where our children meet with the First Minister every year and the cabinet as well to share their calls to action and share their thoughts and ideas. And also we've done some work on anti-racism education, climate work, children's rights skill and knowledge framework. So we have plenty of resources which you could access through scanning this QR code or through the link that we will be sharing later on the chat, so you can have a wider look of our work in general. But now I'm going to hand over to Sandra to tell us more about the AI project specifically. Thank you.
Thank you, Reneem, and hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here. So about the project, over the past 3 years, we have been running a project called Exploring Children's Rights and AI in partnership with the Scottish AI Alliance and the Alan Turing Institute, the UK's National Institute for Science and Artificial Intelligence. And the project aimed to find out what children know, think and feel about AI and how it affects their lives and their children's human rights. Furthermore, it aims at exploring ways that children can become meaningfully involved in decision-making about AI development, use and regulation. We worked with over 140 children from 6 different schools across Scotland on this project. And I'm not diving too much into how we run the project, but just to highlight that from our work with the children over the past 3 years, we have found that with some support about understanding key core AI concepts and a good knowledge of children's human rights, children are more than capable of telling us what they think and feel about the impact of AI on their lives and rights. While many children were optimistic about the possibilities that AI provides, there were also concerns and clear ideas about what needs to change. And the children put these into words themselves in their calls to action, which I will share with you in a moment. We also produced a wide range of project outputs like film, reports, learning resources, which we will going to be sharing later in the links, as Rani mentioned. But before I continue talking, let's maybe have a look on our key outputs, the children's calls to action that emerged from the project. So the calls to action are based on 4 key themes that the participating children wanted to explore in more depth over the course of the project. And we just want to invite you to listen to the children themselves explaining those. So I hope the sound works, and I'm going to play this little clip for you.
Members of Children's Parliament from across Scotland have been exploring children's rights in AI.
Last year, we identified 4 key themes to focus on this year.
Across the project, we worked with AI experts and artists to find out about these themes and express our views.
We presented key messages to 300 adult professionals at the Scottish AI Summit in March 2024.
I found out about fairness and bias because of the Children's Parliament. We done activities like a playground that we had to make by using AI systems, and you need good info and good data to make it for everyone.
If you're making AI systems, it is important that children have a say in AI. AI won't understand children unless they have a say.
Companies in AI are taking a lot of data that's not needed, and it worries me that it could be used for stuff that it shouldn't. I think there should be rules on how much data companies can gather.
I found out that not all AI is safe, and that the big chunk of text that you usually just get at when you download a game, it's not really, nobody really cares to read it. Plus your info can be easily uncovered from just what you do on the internet.
After the summit, we worked together with our classes to turn these key messages into calls to actions.
Adults need to ask children for their views when they are making decisions about designing or using AI. If it is only adults making AI systems, the AI systems won't understand children.
Lots of different people, including children, should be involved in the development of AI. To avoid bias, we need to take everybody's lives into account.
Adults must ensure that the use of AI does not have a negative impact on any children's rights.
So everyone should be included in using AI, and if an adult in the AI community doesn't know what children's rights are or what the UNCRC is, they should maybe go ahead and read the UNCRC so they have a proper understanding of the AI and children's rights.
There should be rules about how much and what data companies are allowed to gather about children.
Companies should not use children's data to train AI systems without children being asked.
The government should make a set of rules of how much data companies can take to train AI systems.
Children feel AI can't always be trusted and it isn't always safe. We need more child-friendly information about AI to help children make informed choices.
AI might not understand neurodivergent children and how they learn in different ways. Decision makers must take this into account when deciding what AI systems can be used in schools.
Well, children might feel more happy and included, and they'll feel that they have the right to non-discrimination, and they'll be able to express themselves and their identity.
Teachers can use AI systems to help make learning fun. Teachers should be supported to use AI appropriately in class.
AI should support, not replace teachers. Teachers understand our feelings and we think this is really important.
There should be more AI developed to help teachers, but not to replace them. And teachers and children should be involved in the making of that AI. That will improve the children's right to be listened to, and also when this AI comes out, it will improve the children's right to learning, and it will give them a broader education.
AI should be in the curriculum. AI will be in all our lives, so we need to learn and understand what it means before we grow up.
More children should know about AI so they can understand what's happening when they use it. This will help to make sure children's rights are respected.
Teachers should learn about AI and children's rights to support children's learning and help them feel safe.
I would like to see adults being more aware of children's rights, because a lot of these big decision makers, they've heard about it, but they don't properly know what it means and what it means to children. Now we're telling them about it, they know we care about it.
Oh, yeah, thank you for watching that. As you have been hearing from the children, feel that it's important for both children and adults to learn about AI, and that the children had mixed feelings about how AI is and could be used in schools and education. They felt it could be very useful, but also worried about what might happen if it was relied on too heavily. Children understand that children learn in different ways, and they want AI systems that are used in schools to reflect on that. AI that is used in school should be safe and protect their rights, especially their right to privacy. And the calls to action are clear that children want to learn about AI now, as they feel AI needs to be understood properly to keep children safe when using AI, but also uphold their other children human rights. They wish to learn about AI in a safe environment with others that support them in their learning and that have an understanding on how AI is developed and used and impacts their rights. Children want learning about AI to be fun and creative, and they want to understand more also about the technical sides of things too. And after all, they feel learning about AI should be done carefully and critically. So I'm gonna go to the next slide. So the calls to action, in particular, the children's urgent call to that AI should be part of the curriculum, were the main reasons for us why we developed 2 learning resources over the last year. So the first resource that we developed is Why Children's Rights Matter in AI, and it's an e-learning module which addresses professional working with AI. So professionals that work in AI development, policy making, and implementation. And it mainly highlights, it's a bit of a training course about children's human rights and the calls to action and the project findings. The second resource, which we're going to be talking about today, and which is probably more relevant for you, is the Children's Rights in AI teaching pack. And I pass over to Rani to tell us a bit more about this teaching resource.
Thanks, Sandra. So the teaching pack is a resource for educators, as Sandra mentioned. It's mainly for P5 to P7 classes, and it could be used also for secondary school classes as well. The resource includes 2 parts. The main one is lesson plans. So we have 6 lesson plans that support teachers and children to learn about AI and the impact of AI on children's rights. The other part of the resources is animations videos. So we have 4 animated explainer videos on AI that was created by children for children. So we hired an animator to help children to do these videos, and we will be sharing the link for that in the chat as well. The length of each session, approximately between 90 minutes to 2 hours. of each lesson, but you could also divide the lesson into two 60-minute sessions. So it's entirely up to you how would you like to run it. And it's very important to mention that the teaching pack was based on the activities that we run over the course of the AI project, and they have been created and adapted, taking children's and teachers' feedback into account. If we go to the next slide, here you will see how the main page look like. When you click on the resources link, you will see the structure. And for example, if we want to explore the lesson 3 today, so you will see in each lesson, you will find detailed session plan that walks you through the session. And as well as you will see some ready-to-use slides and also some additional resources. So that's the case for all the 6 lessons. We try to minimize the paper usage and printing costs. We are aware that that might be difficult for some schools, so many of the activities can be run basically with your usual materials that you have available at your school. Along the lesson plan, you will find tips and what to bear in mind, sometimes questions that might come up or things to consider when running the activities, occasionally some suggestions on how to extend an activity or use additional creative approaches. So yeah, all the details are in the lesson plans and the slides. And of course, as I mentioned, there are additional resources to help in each lesson. I'll hand over to Sandra now to walk us through the lesson 3 and share more details about it.
Yeah, thank you. So let me walk you through lesson 3, AI in our lives. So each lesson has clear aims. So for lesson 3, we want children to understand how it affects our lives and explore their feelings about it. Each lesson is based on some leading questions that we will be exploring with each lesson. And for this one, it is where we come across, like to think about where we come across AI online or in our communities. What are the pros and cons of AI in our lives? What are the risks, and how does also affect the environment? We want to explore that a bit further with the children as well. So as Rani mentioned, each session has easy to follow session plans, which come with printable resources and all you will need. So we recommend to print out each lesson plan and familiarize yourself with it before the lesson, because there might be a list of additional material that you might need for each session. And on the top, as you can see on the top of each session plan, you will also find some curriculum of excellence, experience, and learning outcomes. Of course, this is just some that this session or lesson might cover. You might have more ideas what to add to those sessions, but they are mainly there to help you with your planning. So each lesson comes with a link to a slideshow that will help you guide the children through the session as you go along. And so let's see what lesson 3 entails. So the lesson 3 starts with an introduction to AI in our lives. And for this one, we use one of the 4 animations that we have co-produced with the children over the course of the project. And we really loved them, so we wanted to share it with you today as well. So I just play this one now.
Hi, we are the AI team. We are members of Children's Parliament who have been learning about children's rights in AI. We're going to tell you about how AI is used.
AI in education.
Did you know that AI can help you with learning?
Children use AI learning apps that can assist with maths, literacy, and art.
It doesn't only help you, it also helps teachers, so they can plan lessons quicker and will have more time to play with us. But sometimes AI gets information wrong and can make mistakes.
AI in entertainment.
AI is used in a lot of games and apps. AI can also predict what you like. For example, it can give you suggestions on YouTube or in targeted ads, which can be really helpful.
However, when you use apps and websites, they can take your data without you knowing.
Children have the right to play.
Games add AI to them to make them more fun.
If you don't have someone to play against, to stop us feeling lonely, AI will control non-playable characters.
AI and healthcare. AI is used in healthcare to help find out about illnesses. This is called diagnosis. AI systems can detect some diseases even faster than humans. Sometimes AI can get it wrong and people could get more sick or the wrong medication unless a doctor checks it. Generative AI.
Gen AI is short for generative AI, which can help with creating pictures, videos, text, etc. Gen AI can be fun and helps me come up with ideas for many things like videos, music and poems. However, Gen AI is not designed for children. It's not safe and sometimes it can generate bad words or inappropriate pictures.
For example, you're telling AI to make a cute dog picture when AI shows you a scary picture.
Did you know AI has a negative impact on the environment by the amount of energy and water AI needs?
Thank you for listening. This is how AI can be used in our daily lives. Remember to use AI wisely.
Bye!
So yeah, in this case, we would start the session, or you would be starting the session with watching this little video clip. And after watching the video clip, we would provide the children with a challenge, for example, to come up in 3 minutes with as many examples they can think of when they use AI in their daily lives. And yeah, so we thought today we bring a similar challenge to you. So we want you to just maybe in 1 minute or so think about how many examples of AI you can think of that children might come across in their day-to-day lives. And if you want to share some examples in the chat, we are a fairly small group, so we can do that and maybe think about those. Yeah, I just give you a minute to have a little thought. Here, Anim, I can't see the chat function. Did anybody share or are we?
Yeah. We have like generative AI, text prediction, playlist creation, viewing suggestions, gaming strategies.
Yeah.
AI embedded within educational technology, like Google Classroom, etc.
Yeah. So that's all as things where we use AI for. That's right. So okay.
We also we have some answers are coming as well. People saying they all know about ChatGPT and playlist, Adobe Express for generative AI and generating photos, AI in Netflix and YouTube, playing programs and videos. I think you will want to watch something like they suggest like what you like to watch, maybe the facial recognition on phones. So all these really like involve children and children might be experiencing during their day-to-day life.
Yeah, and for sure, I mean, when we started the project, that was back in 3 or 4 years ago, almost now, and like before, when we started the project, ChatGPT wasn't even on the market. So obviously, over the last years, there was a big like raise in awareness amongst people about AI and what it can do, which is probably good that people are more aware now. And also children are more clued up, I think. nowadays. So let's continue with back to our lesson. So another, I think the importance about all our learning pack or teaching pack before I continue with the lesson is to say that it's not just focusing on generative AI. So the first lessons explore more like the technology and what AI is and how it works as well. So, and how it is used in different areas. So, but coming back to our lesson now. So, after this challenge and thinking about, you can make this challenge obviously as fun, and the children can count how many examples they came up with or compare what they found with other groups. If you run it in groups, you could obviously run the challenge also individually or in pairs. And so afterwards, we would be thinking about our local area and the community we live in, and we would be asking the children to think about the places that are important to them and their community, which services they use, which places they go to, and then create a community map. And you can go about that in different ways. For example, you could print out a bird's eye view map of your local area that you can find online, or you create one community map together with the children, and the lesson plan provides ideas how to go about it. And so after the children thought about the places that are important to them, we then would go back to the examples they came up with and think about where those examples sit within our local area, and if there are other examples we haven't thought about. So that would be the next activity. And then afterward, we would aim to dive into different areas and have, so each of this AI in our lives, each of these areas has case studies that the children could explore then in groups. And each case study has also different questions attached to their case study, and the children could then also think about how they want to present the case study back to the class. So telling the other children in the class what it's used for, what are the pros and cons, and think about how they're going to present that shortly. And to give you an example, I'm going to pass over to Ranim, who will talk you through one of the case studies. Thank you.
Lovely. So one of the case studies on this lesson is on AI and the environment. So as Sandra said, we share this with the children, and then they will come up with their answers and ideas, and then they will be preparing their answers to share with the rest of the classroom. So in this case study today, I'm going to read it for everyone, and then kindly will ask you if you want to think about the two questions to share with us your thoughts in the chat function, if you wish to do that. So the case study is on generative AI. It says, many of the technologies that we use online are run by lots and lots of really powerful computers, all linked together, called data centers or data farms. Because they require so much data to be processed so fast, generative AI systems use a huge amount of computer power, meaning these data centers have to work really hard. Huge amounts of computer power needs a huge amount of electricity. Research has shown that using generative AI to create one pictures can use as much electricity as it takes to charge your whole phone battery. And that's not all. The computers in data centers can get very hot from processing so much data, so they have to be kept cool to stop them from overheating and breaking. The cooling systems use water, and the harder the data farms have to work, the more water they use. It has been estimated that one conversation with a generative AI tool like ChatGPT uses up to 500 milliliters of water, a full drink bottle. Using so much electricity and water is really harmful to the environment. In research projects, some children said that they think generative AI use should be limited and renewable energy sources like wind or solar power should be used. What do you think about that? So if you'd like, you could share your answers in the chat box, answering how do you feel about this use of AI, and write down any pros or cons about AI being used in this way. And at the same time, if you have any thoughts on what children's rights are being affected by using AI this way, also please share it in the chat box. We'll take maybe 1 to 2 minutes to hear from everyone, and then we'll pass to the next slide. Yeah, I think that will be the last activity for today. So let's hear what people are saying. AI does a lot of the heavy liftings of repetitive tasks. It can give a starting point where a lot of people struggle to get started on a project. Yeah, that makes sense. I think this case study would be impactful and easy for them to understand. Exactly. Thank you. Any people have any more thoughts? Okay, no worries. I'm just aware of the time as well. So maybe we move to the next slide and
I think we are approaching the end of our presentation. So
exactly. So yeah, this is like just to say, yeah, I'm just seeing Martin sharing the impact on the environment and the ways in which it could affect their lives when growing up. Yeah, exactly.
Just want to add something quickly. When we explored the impact on the environment, AI has on the environment with children, it was quite interesting to see, because I think like those examples with like having a water bottle or charging your phone like one full time are very powerful and struck some children really, and we had really good discussions about how should AI be used, should there be a limit on how many images we create, and so it's a really interesting theme to explore with the children and think about their own use of those systems as well.
Exactly, and how that also affecting their lives and their rights as well. Exactly. We only have like 7 minutes to finish our presentation and leave any time for a Q&A. We just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone who joined us today, and thank you so much for Education Scotland and for Martin for offering us and giving us this opportunity to share our resources with everyone. We will definitely be sharing the slides afterwards, and just to let you know, we will be launching our project final report by the end of this month, so just keep an eye on our website where we will be sharing that. Thank you everyone, and if you have any questions, we are opening now the floor like for any Q&A, and we try to answer as much as we can with the time we have.